Hi everyone, welcome to some of the Year 3 learning Google Classrooms. I'm just going to go through and just help you to navigate a few of the things that are happening within our Google Classrooms at the moment, just in case you're a little confused with how everything is going. So within our main page, you'll find the stream that each class has. Now, although this is 3H's, it's still the same with 3-4A and 3E. And on this stream, you'll notice each day that the teacher will have a little message in there. This is really not a place for commenting. It does remind you within that message about making sure you check in on your attendance or your role, and also where to find the timetable and the things. There might be some little well-being messages from your teacher, so that's the main thing on that page. Now you'll notice at the top, so that's your stream. The next tab along is your classwork tab. So once you click on that, you can see one of the first things at the top is role marking. In some classes, it might say attendance, but it's the same thing. So once you go in there and click on that, as you can see, this is Wednesday. You can see on mine, it tells me how many children have entered this and answered the question. If you haven't answered the question, it will show you quickly what the question was. And the question simply was today, please press present to show you are here today in the Google Classroom. So that shows us, it's like a way of checking the roll or attendance for the day. So that's really important to make sure that's your first point of call every day to do that. And as we move down further, you can see all of our learning for the first week. So this is just week 1. As we get to week 2, there'll be a new topic title here. So this is our topic title here, week 1 learning. There'll be a new topic title, week 2 learning. Everything that you need for the first week of school for the days that have happened so far will be here. So for example, all the things from today for Wednesday will be here. Not the things for Friday yet. So each day as things are needed, we'll add them into the learning section for that week. So let's have a look just quickly here at some of these. So the week 1 learning plan is very similar to our learning plans from last term. It just gives you a highlight of everything, all the weekly tasks. You'll notice within that, if I click on that document, it will just come up quickly. It has the timetable. So each week it will have the timetable for the week. It has the red highlighted tasks showing you the ones that need to be submitted in Google Classroom. So they're the main focuses for that day that need to happen in Google Classroom. Some of the other ones might have activities in there and information. This may be more relevant for parents to help to be able to guide your students, or some students will be able to read through these activities as well by themselves. So for example, here in the reading section, you can see for Wednesday, it's got the activity about reading, and this section, that task on summarizing in a Google form is in red to show you that that needs to be submitted into Google Forms. You can see that there's some other information in there on Thursday, a task that needs to be done. Nothing needs to be submitted in Google Classrooms for that activity. So that talks about going into Epic Books or Oliver Library or your own personal reading. And then there's some question cards. So those question cards will be in the Google Classroom, but nothing needs to be submitted or let the teacher know about what you've done. That's an independent activity to complete. And then you can see on Friday that there is an independent activity again as well on Read Theory. So that's just one of the sections on reading in particular. So you can go through and have a look at each curriculum area there, and it shows you all the way through to maths, the different things that need to happen each day. They also align with the titles that we've given things here within our timetable. So for example, here it's saying spelling. If you then went back down here and had a look in the spelling section, it tells you each day what you need to do for spelling and where to find the information on that. So that's making it, we felt, quite easy for you to be able to understand all the things for the week. So let's go back to our Google Classroom because most of the other things are in there. So as you can see, the next point of call for students each day is looking, after they've done their role marking, is to go to the day that it is. So today was Wednesday. I'm going to quickly click on the Wednesday timetable. So you can see here, if I open this up, just loading quickly. When you view it, it will be in the presentation slide. So I'll just go into that right now, into the view slide. So you can see as I view this slide, it has some information loading. Here we go. And then I just click on the next slide. It's showing me, first of all, the whole day. So you can see the first part of the day is English. The next part of the day is maths. Next part of the day is some library, which is going into a different Google Classroom again. And I'll show you that in a second. And the last part of the day is going into some drama just down here. Sorry, that's run out of the screen. So let's go to the next part. So within here, we've got our literacy activities. So if you have a look and follow this daily slide, it's a really good idea to, let me just move this up a little bit, to have a few tabs. As you can see up here, I've got the Google Classroom open in a few tabs. So I've got my Wednesday slide open in a tab at the top, and then I can quickly go back also to the rest of the Google Classroom. So then when I'm doing my English work, I can then say, okay, well here it says I need to go into my classwork tab and open up and read through the week 1 reading comprehension summarizing slide. So I'll leave this timetable there all ready to go so I can come back to it later on. And I'm going to go tab at the top and go down and find, oh, there it is, reading summarizing activity. So I'm going to click on that. And I can see here are the slides to do with that and also the Google form that was there. So if I click on the summarizing slides, and if at any point I'm thinking, oh, what did I have to do in summarizing again? I've got this slide show up. Because I've got my tabs at the top, I can go back and go and find my timetable back over here. And it's telling me again what I need to do. So I can quickly go and tab and go, oh, yep, I need to go in, read these activities, and then there's a form. So in this one, there is a click when you do it yours. If I wasn't able to get the click, I can come back over here to the classwork again. Got my third tab open at the top. As I finish those activities, it's probably a good idea to close those tabs, but leave your daily timetable tab open for the whole day so that it makes it easy for you to keep referring back to. Okay, so then I would come and press on my summarizing activity, complete that in there, submit that form, and then I'd close that tab. I don't need that anymore, that's finished. Okay, I finished my summarizing activity, which is this one, so I'm going to close that tab. I don't need that anymore, but I do need my weekly timetable, so I'm going to keep that. I finished all my, I'd go through and find my writing things, so I'd go back in here, I'll look down. Oh, there's my spelling from earlier. Looking down, here we go, writing, week 1, term 2. So now I'm up to writing. I go and click in there and read the information, follow that slide and that Google Doc to do that. So then I've done spelling was there, we just looked at, reading was there, we just looked at, writing was there, we just looked at and would have completed. I go to my next slide within this. So I've got a break. And then after a break, I'm moving on to maths. So it says here, first, please use the how to use your daily tens video in our classwork tab. Oh, so I need to pop back to that classwork tab. Here it is, how to use daily tens. So I go into there, watch this little video on how to do it, go to the link website, and then I finish that. Okay, I'm going to pop back to my timetable to see what I need to do. I've done my daily tens. I'm going here, go to the classwork tab. Oh, okay, back to the classwork tab and go into maths Wednesday, open the fractions and decimals slideshow. So let's have a look here. Maths, oh, fractions and decimals. There we go. So open that up, complete all those activities within here, open up the slides. Now within your math slides, there are some activities that you can do. Some slides are reading slides and some slides are ones that you can do activities in. So let's just have a quick look at that together. So these are just giving me lots of information about what I need to do. Draw this shape in your workbook or on a whiteboard. How many parts you have. Colour one part of the shape, so that's all in your workbook. Next one, that one's all in your workbook too. Draw in your book, that one's in your workbook as well. Okay, here we go. Use the tool line to complete these activities. So we should be able to find our tool line at the top of our table, and then we can go through and complete our activities. So if I click in back in here, yep, I'm onto this one. I can see up here I've got some tools. So I've got a line, and then I can draw and make this in half and leave that there. I need another line to make this one in half. These will save in your files too and submit back to your teacher. Need another one to draw this one in half, so you use the tools, that are at the top of the page. Okay, so that one's that one. In this one, I can click in the box and type an answer. So 1 out of 2, my fraction is going to be 1 over 2. So just make sure you use these yellow boxes at the top of your page to help you within those math slides. So double click the text box to add in your answers. So I did that. Really, it was very easy. Just double click and then I can put my answer in there, and it will save for you as well. When you'll notice that the last slide has lots of information about how to turn in your work. So when you have completed all of these slides, you can close the slides, and don't worry, it will automatically save, and click on, so let's do that together now. So I'm going to close this slide, and then it says click on view assignment button in the classwork stream, and then click on turn in or mark as done. So let's have a look at doing that together. So we're going to close that tab, click on the view assignment down the bottom. We can all see that. Click on view assignment, and then I need to, for you, so as a teacher, this is showing me whose turn theirs in, and then I just need to press turn in. So there will be a turn in button there. So at the moment I can see that also. Just follow those instructions on that slide. My page looks slightly different because this is the teacher page, okay? So make sure you do that. That's really important within those math slides each week. Okay, moving on down, let's have a look. So library, please join Miss Kelly's Google Classroom for library. You've already been into there. So how do we find another Google Classroom? That's a really good question. Let's have a look at that together. Go back up to our main Google Classroom for 3H or any Year 3 one. You'll see over here where it's got the title, there's the 3 little lines. Click on those 3 little lines and press classes. Within that, it shows you all the Google Classrooms that you have access to. So this is Mrs. Hadley Halua here. So I'm looking at lots of other different classes. You will have a look in yours, and it will have a library one. You will have a 3H geography one, or 3H or 3E science one, depending on what class you're in. So that's where you need to find them. So to add in an extra Google Classroom, you make sure you're in this section and you go to the plus, and then you go join class. And the code that your teacher has sent within the last slide of our daily slides, I'll just show you again. So last slide down here. Oh, it didn't happen today for Year 3, but it will happen tomorrow. There will be a code in there. So that was for the Year 4s. There will be a code for the geography, and there will be a code for the science. Oh, actually, I think it was in the last slide. Let me just go right down to the bottom. Here it is. Sorry. So we've got here Mrs. Keith's Google slide for that. So that's for Year 3H. This is where they'd add that in. So there's the code right there. Type that in, press join, and it will come up that you can go into her Google Classroom. Okay, so I hope that's answered some questions about our timetable, turning some work in, making sure you go through your attendance. Thank you. I hope that has helped.